Meghan Markle posted an image of a vision board on her Instagram page just a couple of hours ago. I want to analyze this. I want to look at every single thing that's here, see how it's related to Meghan, and if there are any connections to narcissism. This is going to be fun. But before we begin, here's the intro. Welcome to Revealing the Narc. Join me as I highlight narcissistic traits in celebrities and public figures. Everything here is in my opinion and not professional advice. If you enjoy the analysis, please like and subscribe. Let's get this party started. We'll start off with the caption. It says, "From memory lane to the memories I'm making today." I think this can be interpreted in many ways, but I want to tie it back into narcissism, because I believe that Meghan Markle is a malignant narcissist, allegedly, and I say this because she is exactly like my stepmom, who is a malignant narcissist. So just based on this caption, I think she's trying to rewrite history. Narcissists often revise their past to fit their current image. Meghan has done this consistently, and we see it every time that she tries to rebrand herself. Her rebranding includes all of the storytelling she's done about her family relationships, all her struggle in her career, and her royal experiences. And these things change every time to suit her victim narrative. So I think this phrase, "from memory lane," suggests a selective or altered recollection of the past. Now, the second part, "to the memories I'm making today," aligns with how narcissists manufacture and present only the idealized aspects of their lives. Meghan is known for carefully curating her public image through PR, omitting inconvenient truths, and making herself the hero of her own story. There's also this aura of dismissing the past and trying to reinvent the present. Narcissists discard the parts of their past that they don't believe serves their current needs. We know that when she did what she did with her father, her dad paid for her college education, which I think was about $500,000, but Meghan would always tell the story that she put herself through college. She couldn't let the information that her father had get out, so she had to dismiss the past. She did this by distancing herself, and I think these are the reasons why she distanced herself from her own family, childhood friends also, because they had stories that weren't in line with the stories she was telling the people in the circles at the time. So this caption could symbolize leaving behind a past that doesn't fit her current narrative. And also, I get this air of grandiosity happening here. This idea of moving from past memories to present ones suggests a sense of self-importance, as if each moment she creates is significant and worthy of admiration. Meghan often frames herself as groundbreaking, from her royal exit to her advocacy efforts, making her present actions seem like historic milestones. Okay, let's get into the vision board itself. I think it's a goldmine of insight into her narcissistic tendencies. When analyzing through the lens of a narcissist, there are some key traits we should consider, including grandiosity, manipulation, image control, lack of genuine emotional depth, a need for admiration, and passive-aggressive victimhood. And I think that we can find this on this vision board. Looking at the objects alone, there are a couple of themes that we can see off the top. We see luxury and lifestyle as a theme, fine dining, aesthetics, and branding. We see self-affirmation and validation. There's quotes about happiness and self-worth. There are some personal touches, romantic illustrations, nostalgic photos, handwritten notes, and there's symbolism and public image. These are carefully curated throughout the vision board and that align with Meghan's known persona. So let's get to the first item. There's a piece of paper that says "Farm fresh eggs, carrots 2 ways, and sweet treats." It's a handwritten menu, you could say, and it's possibly referencing homegrown food or an attempt at an elite aesthetic. How does this relate to Meghan's narcissism? To me, this is a fabricated image of domestic perfection. Meghan is not a chef or a homemaker as far as we know, though she claims to be, but she carefully curates one in this vision board, giving it an aesthetic of rustic elegance. Ultimately, this ties into her Netflix cooking show. It's reinforcing her upcoming With Love Meghan persona, making it seem like food and hospitality have always been her passion. This is false relatability. Meghan wants to appear down to earth, but she lives in a $14 million Montecito mansion and likely has private chefs, allegedly. This is all done for image building. Okay, let's go to the next item. It's a quote on a white piece of paper, and it says, "Stay close to people who feel like sunshine." This seems to be a quote about positive influences, but is potentially a dig at those she has cut off. There's this selective use of positivity. Meghan cuts people off, her father, the royals, former friends, but disguises it as protecting her peace. This can all be related to a classic narcissistic smear campaign, subtly blaming others for being toxic, reinforcing that she is the victim and those she discarded are the problem. Next, we see a black and white photo, and it looks like two people on a patio. There's a pool in the background, and it gives off an air of curated elegance and exclusivity. This is a hallmark of Meghan's image crafting. The black and white photography usually is used to evoke a sense of timelessness, sophistication, and nostalgia. Meghan frequently employs this tactic, and it makes moments appear more profound and meaningful than they actually might be. In this scene, she's also projecting wealth and status. A serene upscale patio setting with a pool suggests a life of luxury, reinforcing Meghan's tendency to project an aspirational image. This aligns with how narcissists use visuals to validate their self-importance. The photo also gives this peaceful, intimate vibe. And Meghan often presents an idealized version of herself, omitting any struggles or conflicts that don't serve her narrative. And just as a reminder, narcissists are hyper aware of how they're perceived. So the setting, the pose, and even the black and white filter, they signal a controlled presentation of self, much like how Meghan meticulously crafts her public image. There are also a number of handwritten sticky notes throughout the board, with personal handwriting, possibly and most likely from Meghan. It's ultimately hard to read what's on these sticky notes, but what they're doing is they're manufacturing authenticity. They've been included to make the board feel and look deeply personal, but they're carefully placed for the audience. The next quote we see is a humorous one, and it says, "I love you with all my butt. I would say my heart, but my butt is bigger." This is a playful, self-deprecating quote signed The Tig. To me, this seems like a desperate try to be relatable and funny. Meghan wants to seem effortlessly cool, but this humor feels inauthentic and recycled from her old lifestyle blog. This might also be reinforcing her rebranding effort, trying to bring back the Tig's casual luxe vibes, but under a new name. Next, we see this really cute quote. It says, "You cannot make everybody happy. You are not a jar of Nutella." And on the surface, it seems really sweet, right? Because we have positive associations with Nutella. Well, at least I do. I love Nutella. But I think it's actually a defensive quote implying she doesn't care about criticism. But we know she actually does. To me, this is passive-aggressive messaging to critics. It's a subtle dig at who she thinks are haters, pretending to be unbothered while obsessing over public perception. This is classic narcissistic victimhood. Instead of acknowledging past mistakes like the Spotify flop, the royal drama, all of these lawsuits, this quote suggests that the problem is other people's expectations. In the right-hand corner, we see a lot of food and dining imagery. There's an image of Meghan sitting at a table. This is a personal snapshot, and I think it's put there to make the board feel more intimate. There's an image of feet standing on a blue tiled floor wearing slippers. This is a cozy aesthetic moment, often seen in curated Instagram feeds. There's an outdoor collage with flowers, food, and lifestyle shots. So the mood of this right-hand section of the board is aesthetic Pinterest-style images. I believe that she's reinforcing this Martha Stewart persona she's trying to take on. It ties into her new brand as ever and Netflix's With Love Meghan. selling an image of elegance and hospitality. It's also an example of class status signaling. Narcissists love associating themselves with prestige dining experiences. Meghan is trying to project high value and exclusivity. So now we see another quote. It says, "Not to spoil the ending for you, but everything is going to be okay." A reassurance likely aimed at her audience or herself. This could be considered delusional self-reassurance. It feels like a coping mechanism. She's reminding herself and others that she will win in the end, despite ongoing failures. This reinforces Meghan as victim narrative. It fits with how she frames herself as the underdog, overcoming adversity, like when she mentions her challenges with the royals, the media, and failed projects. This next one has the potential of making me very angry. It is a romantic illustration of a couple with a dog. And the couple to me looks like Harry and Meghan, and the dog looks like maybe a beagle. And I do wonder if the beagle pictured there is the one who just recently passed away. And this bothers me because there were so many rumors swirling about how Meghan used the passing of this sweet puppy for PR, that potentially the dog had passed away a lot sooner than when Meghan announced it through her Instagram post. And to me, this is a desperate PR move. It's an attempt to reinforce the Meghan and Harry love story amid rumors of tension. I think it's also meant to pull on our heartstrings because that dog in the picture could be Guy, the sweet angel that passed away. Meghan and Harry, I think they try to create this artificial fairy tale when in reality their relationship is in trouble. Narcissists double down on fantasy relationships. Of all the things that are on this vision board, I think the first thing that draws your eye or is the most clear is that California Highway 33 sign. So could this symbolize her escape to California or freedom from royal constraints? So let's talk a little bit about this highway. It's a north-south state highway that runs through central and southern California. It begins near Ventura at US Highway 101, stretches north through the Los Padres National Forest, the Central Valley, and into Kern County before ending near Mendota in Fresno County. So I want to mention, when you get to that intersection in Ventura with the 101 and the Highway 33, if you continue on the 101, you'll go northbound, and this is how you would get to Montecito. Taking 33 takes you inland, and that's why it's a different type of scenic drive, and it goes much further north than Montecito. Because it's kind of inland, the highway has different scenery. Its backdrop includes mountain views, particularly as it winds through the national forest, making it a popular route for drivers and motorcyclists looking for a picturesque drive. It passes through several small towns and agricultural regions, connecting coastal and inland communities. Continuing on, I also see examples of wider beige embroidered handkerchiefs. To me, this is Meghan trying to signify elegance and refinement. It feels like an intentional aesthetic choice to push the old money sophistication image, and it ties right back into her rebranding as a lifestyle guru. Meghan is desperately trying to position herself as a tasteful, elegant authority like Martha Stewart. Oh my gosh, I just noticed something. If I'm not mistaken, that is the logo, the ever contested logo embroidered on this handkerchief, or whatever piece of cloth this is. I'm not sure. So the next two things I'm going to show you are two carefully placed mom moments. The first one is this green star with children's writing that it looks like it has the letters R, C, and H. Meghan is using her children's artwork to make the board look deeply personal. This ties into the narrative that she's a loving, devoted mother, while simultaneously keeping her children hidden from the public. And then the second thing is the pancake with the smiley face. Again, Meghan is desperately trying to appear relatable and fun. This is meant to be a cute, quirky detail to make her seem like a hands-on mom. But, in my opinion, it's in contrast with her real life. Practically in the center of the board, we see these as ever product tags. I think she's forcing branding and soft promotion. Meghan is strategically placing her brand on this board to subtly advertise it, though I would say it's not very subtle. Narcissists use everything as a marketing tool. This isn't about vision, it's about brand reinforcement. This ties into her as ever business strategy. She claims as ever is all about authenticity, but this feels completely staged. There's another quote that we see here on this vision board, and it says, "Happiness looks gorgeous on you." To me, this is performative happiness. Narcissists obsess over appearing happy, not actually being happy. Fake positivity is used as a control tactic. It's designed to counter negative press and convince people she is unbothered. One thing I noticed is this gift certificate to what looks like a fancy restaurant. And I think this is a very suspicious thing to put in here for multiple reasons. Like, this is actually something I think if you were going to put it anywhere, you would hang it on your refrigerator so you know where to get it when it's time to use it. It's not something you would put in a vision board. So I think there are multiple reasons that this is here. The first is it's a gift certificate. That means someone bought it for them. That means they have friends or family that have given them this gift. So I think that's part of it. I also think that likely that restaurant has a lot of prestige, and Meghan is status signaling. Narcissists love associating themselves with prestige dining experiences, and I think going here would project high value and exclusivity. And then this image of the peacock. This one really got me thinking, but let's look at it on the surface level first. I think this was included because it's symbolic. Now, it is on a piece of paper that could be a postcard or it could be basically a souvenir from somewhere. But let's talk about the peacock itself. A peacock represents royalty, self-importance, and curated beauty, all traits that I think Meghan carefully crafts in her public persona. Peacocks are also associated with vanity, uniqueness, and status, reinforcing her narrative of being exceptional and standing out. Given their presence in elite spaces like Montecito, it could serve as a subtle nod to her luxurious, exclusive lifestyle. But it also got me thinking. So I live in the Southern California area. I grew up in that Pasadena, Altadena area. Very close by is a city named Arcadia. Inside Arcadia, there is this beautiful arboretum that's known to have these peacocks. So I wonder if this is also a subtle nod to the LA fires. Just something I'm bringing up. It is really interesting that the arboretum is known for these peacocks and this peacock is included. And to be quite honest, although the arboretum has the peacocks, that entire area, including Altadena, they have peacocks that visit often. So it could even be a nod to the cities that you can find these peacocks randomly all the time. In fact, one time I was sitting in the car with my mom and we were stopped, and a peacock came and sat on our car, like got onto the hood of our car. It was crazy. We were like, what do we do? We couldn't do anything. We just waited till it left. It was an interesting experience. Okay, everyone, I think I'm going to end the video here. There's a lot more I want to say about this vision board. In fact, I haven't covered the left corner yet, and I have a lot to say about how this relates to narcissism and what image she's trying to put across. So stick around for that video. I will call this part 1, and the next one will be part 2, and part 2 is going to be a much deeper dive into what's going on in Meghan's head. So I hope you found this interesting. If you did, please like and subscribe. Please drop any comments. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Hit that notification bell so you'll know every time I drop a video. I want to thank you all so much for listening. I love seeing your comments. I apologize I don't get a chance to respond to all of them. I really wish I could. I can't wait to talk to you all soon. Bye, everyone.